Inspiration can be found in a lot of different places, even unexpected places. This weekend, I attended a funeral and I walked out feeling inspired for a couple of different reasons. First off, my dear, dear friend James Kassan lost his life, and I've been friends with James and his wife Doris for about 48 years because they are the parents of a colleague or a classmate of mine from junior high and high school, and they lived right down the street. And James was a motivational guy, and he studied under Lou Tice at the Pacific Institute in Seattle. And when I was in junior high, on his way home, he would pass by my house and stop and honk his horn. And if I was home at the time, I'd run outside and he'd give me some motivational messages of the day. So in fact, as a junior high school kid, he was probably my first motivating influence other than my parents. So here's what I loved about this inspirational service that Doris put on for her husband, James. James was very involved in a lot of different ways that I didn't know because I knew him from Dollar Rent-A-Car. He and his wife owned Dollar Rent-A-Car and Dollar Development in the Pacific Northwest. And so I knew that. In fact, when I first left corporate America and I wanted to start out to be a motivational speaker out on my own, I needed a demo tape. And what James and Doris did is they invited their entire staff to this beautiful hotel where they arranged this beautiful ballroom. And I brought in a videographer and I delivered a couple of my speeches. And from that, I was able to create my very first demo video. So I've known them from Dollar, but I did not know all the other things that James was involved with. For example, he was involved with a nonprofit organization where they were able to deliver wheelchairs to people who didn't have access to funds to buy their own wheelchair. I also didn't know that he was involved heavily with this, with helping international students when they came to the United States and to get them settled. And sometimes he would help them by giving them a place to live so they could continue their education here. I also didn't know that he was a member of a Bible study for men for 27 years at least, every Saturday morning. I mean, I was learning all these things about James, and it inspired me for two reasons. Number one, it made me feel like, wow, I really want to do more with my life because I did not know how involved this man was and so generous with his time and his talent and his resources. So it made me want to be more of a generous person for my own community and to help others in need. That was the first thing that inspired me after the service. The second thing is because I didn't know all these things about James, even though I knew him very well, it made me realize that maybe the people that I know now, I'm really limited in how I see them. So what I'd like to do from here on out, and I suggest you do too on this Front Row Friday, is look beyond what you know about the people around you, find out what else they're involved with, and maybe that will inspire you too. So on this Front Row Friday, I want to say thank you, James Kassan, for living such an amazing life that touched so many people and for inspiring me. Thank you, Doris, for continuing to be my friend, even as you grieve this loss of an amazing man that you were married to for 62 years. And I hope that those of you watching today, I hope that you go out there and learn from the example of James and have a more generous heart and get to know people on a deeper level. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.